Don't be lasagna. Hello everyone, I hope you had an awesome Labor Day. I did, which is why this video is late. Fair warning, spoilers ahead, we're talking about a television show, so if you haven't watched it, then get out and go watch it and come back and let's talk about it. So, Doctor Who, Episode 2 of Season 8, or Series 8 if you know what I mean. And this is our chance to see Capaldi in a full episode as the Doctor from front to back. No messing around with regeneration, this is him going on all thrusters. So the Doctor finds himself aboard this ship with these people, and they found this Dalek, except he's not like a normal Dalek. He actually hates all other Daleks, and he wants to destroy them. It has, in a moment of clarity, seen beauty for the first time, and had a change of heart. And they describe it as even a good Dalek. But there's a problem. It's sick, and it's dying, and only the Doctor can, of course, save it. Fortunately for the Doctor, they have just the thing. They have this machine that will shrink him down to miniature size so he can go inside and figure out what's wrong with the Dalek. A la Fantastic Voyage. And I love the nod that they gave, where he says someone should make that a movie. It's cool. They know they're borrowing from something. Everybody else knows they're borrowing from something, so they nod to it, and it's fun, and I thought that was enjoyable. So they go inside this Dalek with this group of soldiers, basically cannon fodder, and one of the soldiers gets into trouble immediately. He hurts the Dalek, and then these antibodies are coming to kill him. And this is an immediate chance for us to see how this Doctor is different. And for a second there, he throws him that thing and tells him to swallow it. And they're trying to make you think that he's going to save him. But I was not fooled for a second. I knew that guy was a frickin' goner. And sure enough, he gets killed, much to everyone else's horror. And they're just like, what are you doing? And he tells them he was dead anyway. Better to learn from that so that we can survive, basically. And again, this is not the type of thing that you would see probably from Matt Smith or David Tennant. Their doctors would have done everything they could to save that one guy. But Capaldi, his doctor is a little bit more cold and calculated. And again, I think it's an interesting twist and take. While Matt Smith and David Tennant have been fantastic, and as much as I love Christopher Eccleston, the one thing that they've alluded to through much of their runs is that there is this other side that we haven't seen much of. This darker side of the Doctor that rears its head every now and again. Well, with Capaldi's Doctor, it's almost front and center. He's almost the personification of that in a lot of ways, and yet he's still trying to be good. And that's really the theme of this particular episode, and him sitting down with Clara and asking her, am I a good man? She's stating what we're all thinking, and that is, I don't know, and neither does he, but I think that's the interesting thing about this is a man wrestling with his dark side for the first time in a long time, and that to me is really, really fascinating. We tend to forget that the Doctor's been around for a very long time. He's seen it all. He's had so much loss and seen so much destruction. It would make sense that a guy like that would get cold and calloused and distant. The dark side is coming out, and he's got to try and find a way to reconcile who he is. That's only personified later when he is in the Dalek and, things have gone wrong, the Dalek's reverted back, and he decides that he's going to show him his own mind in order for the Dalek to see the beauty that it once saw, in order to hopefully turn it good again. Only problem is, after he does see into the Doctor's head, he sees the hatred that he's had for the Daleks. And he's seen all this dark stuff to go along with all the other things that are a part of the Doctor too. But that part is so powerful that it latches on to it and it adopts that instead. That is fantastic. It's fascinating and I love it. The one thing I neglected to talk about in my last review was the character of Missy, and she is brought up again in this episode. A character dies and she winds up in this new place, and Missy's there, and she's like, this is heaven, and I'm Missy. And everyone knows this definitely isn't heaven, and I don't know who you are, but it's kind of creepy. I honestly don't know who she is. I know there are tons of theories going around, and several of them have merit, and I know it has links to possible other episodes and that sort of thing. I'm kind of content not to know. I'm curious, and I have my own theories, but I don't want to share them because I don't want everybody to think about what's going on. I just kind of want to find out as they reveal it to me. But it's certainly an interesting plot point, and I'm curious to see where they go with it. So, Doctor Who Episode 2, what did you think? How do you feel about this new Doctor and the direction that it seems to be going? Leave a comment below, and let's talk about it. It's Doctor Who! So, click right here if you like what you see, and subscribe to even more of me.